Hi, welcome. I'm glad to see you all here today. Let me start with a quick question. How many of you have ever tried to convince someone to do something? Maybe you tried to persuade a friend to pick your favorite movie. It's not always easy, is it? Today, we are going to talk about something similar. How we can communicate without even saying a word. That's right. We'll explore the power of nonverbal communication. This includes things like our facial expressions, body language, and even the clothes we wear. Believe me, these things can have a big impact on how people see us. Let's start with facial expressions. Our faces are always communicating, even when we are not talking. Have you ever heard of micro expressions? These are tiny, quick movements on our faces that can show how we are really feeling. Sometimes they happen so fast we don't even notice them. It's like when someone says they are fine, but their face says something else. These little expressions can give us clues about what someone is really thinking. For example, if you are talking to someone and see a quick flash of doubt on their face, it might mean they're not fully convinced by what you're saying. So, if you ignore that subtle micro expression, maybe you think the other person is listening to you and he's believing or trusting you, but in reality they have their doubts. So maybe that's your cue to pause and maybe explain things a bit more. Can you see? A whole discussion might lose its value if you ignore these subtle signs expressed unconsciously through their facial expressions. So it's quite important that you know them and you know how to recognize them, and you know that they shouldn't be ignored and you should take them into account just without going with the sort of your own agenda. Now, let's talk about body language, another equally important aspect. Have you ever noticed how much we can say without words? A lot of our communication happens through our gestures, posture, and the way we move. For instance, if someone is really interested in what you're saying, they might lean in closer or nod along. But if they cross their arms or lean back, they might be feeling unsure or defensive. That's a clue for you to pick up and act. Body language is something we use all the time, often without thinking. If you want to make a good impression, paying attention to your own body language can help. Standing or sitting up straight shows confidence. Using open gestures, like showing your palms when you talk, can make you seem more trustworthy. It's like saying, "You can trust me," without saying a word. Next, let's look at how what we wear affects how others see us. You heard the saying, "Dress for success." There's some truth to that. The clothes we choose can affect how we feel about ourselves and how others see us. For example, wearing something that makes you feel confident can change the way you carry yourself, and that confidence will show. Colors also play a role in how we are perceived. Colors can create different feelings. Blue, for example, is often seen as calm and trustworthy. That's why it's a popular choice for work settings. Red, on the other hand, can be energizing, but might also seem a bit intense if overdone. So, when you are dressing for an important occasion, think about not just how you look, but also how your outfit might make you feel and how it might make others feel too. Now, let's talk about our voices. Even when we are not face to face with someone, the way we speak matters a lot. The tone of our voice, the speed at which we talk, and even the pauses we take can change how our message is received. Speaking slowly and clearly can make you seem more confident and put the other person at ease. On the other hand, speaking too fast or in a flat tone can make you seem nervous or uninterested. Pauses are powerful too. A well-timed pause gives the other person a moment to think about what you said. It shows that you're giving them space to process your words, which can make your message feel more thoughtful. Finally, let's talk about being authentic. I'm sure you've heard this advice before, but it's important. People can usually tell when you're not being genuine. Whether you are talking to a friend, a family member, or anyone else, being yourself is the best way to build trust. When your facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice match what you're saying, people are more likely to believe you and feel comfortable around you. Think about it like this. If you are comforting a friend who's having a tough time, they'll know if you're truly there for them or just going through the motions. The same goes for any other interaction. When people sense that you're being honest and sincere, they are more likely to trust you. This makes any conversation or negotiation go much more smoothly. So, to sum it all up, the way we communicate without words is just as important as what we actually say. Your facial expressions, your body language, the clothes you wear, and the tone of your voice all play a big role in how you connect with others. While we cannot control everything, being aware of these factors gives us a better chance of making a positive impression. So, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you found these tips helpful and that you'll think about them the next time you're trying to connect with someone, whether you whatever the situation. Now, I want to hear from you, your thoughts. So please communicate back.